Hey Capricorn, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. We're starting off with Four of Swords and Seven of Wands. I feel like you're protecting your peace. Four of Swords is you resting, napping, recharging. Seven of Wands feels like I'm serious about this. Like, I really need to get my mind right, or I really need to relax right now, or I really need to unwind, or I really need to center, or I really need to get some good sleep tonight. Whatever this is for yourself that you're doing for you, to put you in a space where you feel relaxed, where you feel calm, where you're not feeling anxious, those types of things. Seven of Wands feels like this may be being challenged for some reason. Because I'm seeing this Four of Swords as being you like getting a good night's sleep over here. Seven of Wands usually comes up because something is potentially threatening that, and you can feel like in order to do this, you're gonna have to like stand up for yourself or show up for yourself or advocate for yourself, something like that. So this can be like you're gonna go to bed early tonight and then you have your phone ringing off the hook and you're gonna have to put it on silent, something like that. Just an example. Seeing you in the process of learning how to do something for yourself and your needs. Feels like also your mental health being involved in this. I'm seeing a lot of air energy for you here. Temperance and Queen of Swords is feeling too like you learning more about yourself, you learning more about your values, your principles. You can be doing something that has to do with like socializing and you learning about that too. There can be you figuring out things having to do with your discernment and what that means for you, and like clear problem solving, those things as well. Queen of Swords also I see as being an energy that's connected with you advocating for yourself, which was said before, but now I'm seeing this be reinforced. Temperance and Queen of Swords can be like, I'm figuring out how to speak for myself, I'm figuring out how to parent myself, you know, those types of things where you could feel like you're in the process of doing it. Seven of Wands can be that part of you that maybe comes off too strong when you're like not really sure how to place a boundary, but you know that you need to, and you could do it in a way where that's just the way that works for you right now. And I feel like as you learn how to do this, you're going to do it in a more graceful way. You may feel like it's not super graceful right now, but it's like getting the job done at least is what I'm seeing. But with Temperance and Queen of Swords, it feels like the more that you work with this, the more that you work on this, the easier that it's going to get for you. And then it's not going to feel, it's going to feel like more like a breeze, or like you're going to feel more cool-headed, because this Seven of Wands is feeling like something is bothering you. Seven of Wands is feeling like you know that you need something, and something that's like challenging that or interfering, and you like shutting it down, but it could be in a way where it's like you don't need to do it like that. But where you are right now, it can feel like a more rough version of you doing it, but I'm seeing you're going to get better and better at this. So then you're going to be able to transition over to like not feeling it's going to feel more normal to you, and it's going to feel easier, and it's not going to feel like it takes so much energy to do that either. This can have to do with your close relationships. I'm seeing the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Hierophant, Three of Pentacles, you're working with an energy that can feel very fixed at times. I'm seeing there be a highlight of Jupiter and Sagittarius here also. Having the Hierophant and having Three of Pentacles can be you working with the parts of yourself that may be not lenient at all. It can be the parts of yourself that are very firm, the parts of yourself that are very stuck, the parts of yourself that are very rigid. The parts of you that are, you can be like stuck in your ways. You can also be dealing with somebody that you see to be like that as well. Having Three of Pentacles is like you're working with this energy in some way, whether you're just like working with yourself to understand this or you're working with someone externally that's playing this out for you, with you. Having Wheel of Fortune here shows that there's going to be a shift. There's going to be a change that happens, but this feels like it's going to be a slow one, having Temperance above it, because Wheel of Fortune is like the pivoting, it's the shifting, it's the turning that's happening, but having Temperance above is like this happening gradually or this happening slowly. It's not just going to be like turn the wheel all of a sudden and like everyone's jolted to the side. This is going to be something that feels more like an easier like moving of things, like twisting of things. Okay. I do feel like in the beginning, you could feel like you need to recharge in order to then at the end be mentally engaged. It feels like that was the point of this. Like towards the end, I'm seeing that you're gonna be in a space where you feel like you have bright ideas, where you feel connected, where you don't feel like there's a sense of haziness over you mentally. But in the beginning of this, I'm seeing something going on where you may feel like you need to be protective of your energy in order to get to the place where you need to get to, but it feels like as far as mental engagement, like that being involved. And I think you're also working with a part of yourself that has a difficult time doing things a different way when you're used to doing things in a certain way or when you're set in your ways. Or again, this can be somebody like outside, somebody externally that you're working with that's like that. So you're learning about the energy regardless of how it's playing out. It's about like what's occurring basically in this cycle rather than how it's happening. It's like what is actually happening. Do what you need to do to recharge. Focus on leniency and flexibility, adapting. You may be standing up to somebody. For some of you, this can be someone that's in a position of power. You perceive them to have some type of authority. But this is also about your own inner authority as well. Connecting with that part within you. The change is going to be slow, the change is going to be gradual, but change is definitely happening. So I'm seeing you expanding for sure through this. I feel too at the end of this cycle, like you're going to feel like you get a boost. You could feel like you get a boost in creativity. You could feel like you're free to move around how you want. But in the beginning, it's about getting your battery where you need it to go in order to then end in that spot. So I'm seeing that part be important in the beginning. You could also take a break from things that force you into a space where you feel more rigid or more uptight. Could be doing something that's going to like pull you back into a space where you feel more flexible. There can also be somebody that you're working with, too, that you could feel like you have a bit of a bone to pick with them. But I'm seeing that you're being guided to just be patient because changes are going to be happening, okay? Know that changes will be happening. So if you're in a position and you're like, I don't know if I can stay doing this if it doesn't change. I'm seeing the changes are happening, but you need to be patient for them. You need to wait. And it's going to be gradual how it happens. But change is definitely happening, okay? So if you're in a situation with somebody right now and yeah, I'm seeing somebody that you're interacting with or a group of people. Can be a work situation, can be a social situation, but I'm seeing like other bodies be involved in this. It's a time to exercise patience and for you to like go in with as best of an attitude as you can, knowing that things are going to be shifting, knowing that things are going to be changing. It's like being willing to play the game of this, to participate in it, because I'm not seeing you be encouraged to leave this situation or to disengage entirely. It's like doing what you need to for your mental health, yeah, but also too, like when you're in this position where like the work is getting done or you're interacting, whatever it is, I feel like this situation is teaching you how to be more flexible. I'm seeing this playing out a couple different ways. Whoever this character is that you're dealing with, they may be somebody that's like really strict or like really a like fierce authority figure. And they may really like things to go the way that they want it to go. And there's going to be more of a like meeting in the middle that's going to be happening. But this can also be triggering that part of you that maybe you don't always recognize, but it's like being brought out by this other person because of like the polarity of this situation. So you're in a situation where you're learning within the extremes of a situation with the Hierophant here. But this is about like a tempering of the mind as well that's happening. Because Hierophant and the Magician can be like, this is how I always think about things, or this is how I always routinely do things, or like, this is how I always communicate, whatever it is. There's going to be like an opening up, and there's like a slow changing and growing that's happening within you. And that's also going to be reflected within your dynamic or dynamics in this situation too. Because I'm seeing that there's work that you're doing. So even though it can be feeling frustrating at times, having Temperance and having the Wheel of Fortune is like, if you stick this out, like you are really going to see things change. And it may happen in a way that's incremental. So you may not see it day by day, but if you look at like where you are now versus where you will be like 4 months from now, you're going to look back and be like, wow, a lot of progress has been made if you're willing to stick this out. So that's what I'm seeing. So you're just being encouraged to keep showing up and keep doing your thing and be reliable. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.